Yo, what is up, ladies, gentlemen, gamers and girls? In the Super Squad 96 coming at you the domination gameplay. I said that a bit weird, didn't I? A domination gameplay on the map Havana using a FAMAS dual mag, but the gameplay is completely irrelevant to what I'm saying today, guys. But you know what? It's there for your enjoyment. It's a 43 and 3, and you know what? The FAMAS in this game was a complete boss, and I'm gonna miss it so much. But you know, have you heard of the Type 95? You know the Type 95? The Type 95, if you don't know, in Modern Warfare 3 will be a pretty much, people are saying it's so similar to the FAMAS out of Modern Warfare 2, it is pretty much the same, but the weapon is a lot different in real life. It's a Chinese weapon, instead of the FAMAS being French and all that stuff. But you know what, I feel almost like, you know, Call of Duty Black Ops kind of relied on a couple of weapons that were really OP, like the FAMAS, like the, you know, compared to the MPL, the FAMAS will win every single gunfight you get into unless it has rapid, like the MPL has rapid fire. So, you know, for me, Black Ops was a very good game. I think it's probably the best game that, you know, Activision has actually released in terms of Call of Duty and all that stuff. If you're a fan of Call of Duty, it's probably the best game they've ever released. People say COD 4, but for me, COD 4 was not my cup of tea. I was quoted from Woody's Gamer Tag much. But you know what? It wasn't my cup of tea because I almost felt like, you know, every single time I got into, say, a wet work or a shipment, people had, you know, frag times 3, and it's not just one guy on their team, like sometimes what happens with a Ghost. It is the whole team, or like 3 or 4 guys with frag times 3. They're tossing nades up in the air, and it's like, you know, it's like rain nades. It is stupid, and you know, that's the thing that really drove me off Modern Warfare. It kind of felt like I couldn't play the game without being, you know, blew up or whatever. I think there was a flak jacket in that game, you know, but then you lose stopping power, and then when you lose stopping power, you pretty much lost every single gunfight that you get into, which you don't have the advantage on, you know, for say straight away. But you know, I guess COD 4 was an enjoyable COD. It kind of, you know, gave what Black Ops is today, the fact that you have the creator class, the kill streaks, and all that stuff. You know what? So I don't want to be talking about Black Ops and all that stuff today. I wanted to be talking about several things in Modern Warfare 3 and how it compares to Modern Warfare 2. So, you know, I've heard a lot, and I've you know, downloaded. I'll tell you a good app to download if you have a couple of you know, iTunes vouchers or whatever. You know, money on your iTunes account or whatever. Get the Modern Warfare 3, your ultimate utility. That is the boss. It will give you like pretty much all the stats. When the game is released, the maker or the producer, I don't know what you can call it, the creator, shall I say, you know, will update it, put all the weapon stats in there, a bit more detailed and all that stuff, and the maps and all that stuff. So it's practically a cheap version of Call of Duty Elite if you can't afford, you know, 40 quid per year, you know, or £40 per year, shall I say. Well, $40. So for me, that's about 20, 30 pound. So I don't know. I don't even want it, to be honest. So moving on from that, I want to say that Modern Warfare 2 was a very, very popular Call of Duty. People would, you know, consider it the best. I would never consider that the best. It was, you know, too much of new tubes across the map. They didn't support their game. I'm sorry, but you know, I would happily have Treyarch make me another game instead of Infinity Ward, because they would probably listen to me a lot more, and they'll listen to the community saying, you know what, you know, noob tubes suck, you know, we're not going to put noob tubes in the actual game, you're going to do all this, we're going to do all that, you know, to kind of help you out. And what have Infinity Ward done? You know, nothing really. They're making this game, hopefully they stay by their word, in that they will actually support their game. Hopefully they will, because if they don't, I don't really want it, to be honest. I don't want it in terms of enjoyment levels, because Modern Warfare 2 now, every single time I hop into it, every death is a knife or a noob tube. I think, I mean, people who say the one-man army noob tube was the worst, it's not, it's Commando. Commando was the worst. Have you ever been in a fair gunfight where you don't see in Black Ops, you complain because he's in bad breath distance and he panic knifes you, right? So imagine if you aren't even, you know, if you're in shotgun distance, you're shooting him with a shotgun, he comes across half the map and knifes you in the head. It is stupid. In my opinion, I would never ever, even, touch that perk because of the pure, I don't know, it's just not, it's not even, a cheap perk to use. It's just a poor perk. It's kind of embarrassing if I see a kill cam with someone with a commando. I kind of feel like, what, that's just stupid. By the way, this clip, guys, is actually pretty nice. I'm just completely raiding in spawns. I'm gonna get a triple kill somewhere along the line. Anyway, so Modern Warfare 2 was, not very highly supported, but had a lot of fans in the kind of Infinity Ward lineup, shall I say. Like, people were saying, oh, Robert Bolin's such a boss, he makes this game, he makes this so fun. And in terms of what Modern Warfare 2 did, it really did invigorate Call of Duty, because it added more kill streaks, it added, all of this new stuff, but it didn't really make the game what it was in COD 4, what everybody enjoyed. Simple, but so effective. You don't need all the fancy attachments. You don't need all of the fancy equipment and all that stuff. It's more about you having fun. I'm guessing that, say if you reach 10th prestige, you're kind of bored of the game by then. Quick scoping and all that stuff is pretty much all you can do. I see that guy's leg. Quick scoping is pretty much all you do now if you're like level 55, 10th prestige and all that stuff on COD 4, and in my opinion, it's probably the most, again, another overpowered thing that I really don't like is sniping. And I'm not even gonna go there, because people are gonna say, oh, you hate sniping, this is the worst thing you've ever said in your life. You know what? I don't really care. So another thing that I'm kind of interested in what Modern Warfare 3 is going to do is the kill streaks. So the kill streaks obviously was invigorated in Modern Warfare 2. Added, what's it called? The EMP, the nuke, and all that stuff. Apparently the mother of all bombs, the nuke, is going to be in Modern Warfare 3. So I'm not even going to say anything more on that, elaborate on it. But thanks for watching this, guys. It's been Zoom Squad 96, and I'm out.